All right, Shalom. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to give praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Waha, Kudash, Wakah. Right? I'd like to say double honors to the elders, apostles, the great millstone, and peace and salutation to the elect that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Okay? And risking their lives to do so. Okay? I got this article from Zero Hedge. It's called Sweden is preparing for a civil war. PM wants to deploy an army in no-go zones. So basically, in time of prophecy, we're in the time of the scriptures coming to pass, man. We're in the time of 2018, which is a fake ass year anyway. But we basically, we're in the time of destruction, man. All right. So I'm gonna read the article, then I'm gonna go to the scriptures. And then for you brothers and for those that's watching, you can go on Zero Hedge, or you can type up Sweden is preparing for a civil war. PM wants to deploy an army in no-go. So if you can read it for yourself. So I'm going to read a little bit of the article, then I'm going to go to the scriptures. It says, for the first time since World War II, Sweden is preparing to distribute a Civil War defense brochure for some 4.7 million households, warning them about the onset of war. They say the booklet will serve as a manual of total defense in case of a war and provide details on how to secure basic needs such as water, food, and heating. The FT reported the manual also covered other threats such as cyber attacks, terrorism, and climate change. And exactly that's what's going on too. So they're basically preparing for the worst, man. All right. So all of society needs to be prepared for conflict, not just the military. We haven't been using words such as total defense or high alert for 25 to 30 years or more. So the knowledge among citizens is very low, says Christina Anderson, head of the project at the Swedish Civil Contingencies Agency. All right. It says the survivalist manual, or better known by some as the Prepper's Guide, is called If Crisis of or War will be published by the government in late spring. Its publication comes at a time in the threat of war from Russia is high. Well, possibly, but that is what the mainstream media has conditioned many to believe. They say, what if the threat is not from Russia, but one that is domestic? On Wednesday, Prime Minister Stefan Löfven said that Sweden would do whatever it takes, include sending in an army to end the wave of gang violence situated on the no-go zones around the country. Sweden's murder rate has been relatively low over the years, but thanks to the migrant crisis, police are powerless in many areas across the country. So basically, you haven't been Sweden, when really, it haven't been like the crime rate wasn't never, too much high. You know what I'm saying, for a long period of time. So basically, America, you got all cities in different states, man, got high crime rates and shit, man. Okay. So the main war is gonna happen in America, but it's gonna happen all over the world. But the main focus on is basically it's gonna happen in America, man, mainly. Let me read a little bit more of this. It says, it is not my first action to put in the military, but I am prepared to do what it takes to ensure that seriously organized crime goes away. Löfven said after the party leadership discussion in Parliament, but it is also obvious that there are social problems. Last 300 shootings occurred, 40 people were killed. The new year has begun with new launches. Right? We're in a time of prophecy, man. We're in a time of death and destruction, man. The Lord is not playing, man. We see criminals with total lack of respect for human life. It's a terrible development. I'm determined to turn around. And he added, he said, even the Swedish Democrat leader Jimmy Åkesson declared war against organized crime and suggested that Sweden should deploy the military to no-go zones, counter that out of control violence. So I'm just gonna leave it right here. Y'all can read the rest of this. Matter of fact, let me read this real quick. It says people are shot to death in pizza restaurants. People are killed by hand grenades they find on the street. Åkesson said in Parliament on Wednesday, "This is the new Sweden, the new exciting, dramatic, multicultural paradise that so many here in this assembly have fought to create for so many years," he said sarcastically. Peter Emanuelsson, an independent journalist in Sweden, summed up the recent development in a timeline. So, if the Swedish government talking about putting armies on the streets, so what's that's going to lead to? That's going to lead to sedition among men, man. They're gonna go against their government. So it's gonna be an all-out warfare in Sweden, man. That's what's gonna happen, man. All right. So it's gonna be a civil war, man. That's exactly what's going on. That's exactly the scriptures explains. There's gonna be a civil war, man. No, not just only gang violence. It's gonna be people fighting against the government as well. All right, so I'm gonna go to the scriptures real quick. I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1. Say, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Most High." All right, so basically that's exactly what we're doing, man. We speaking the words of prophecy, week in and week out, and putting lessons out, okay, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, which is the scriptures, for they are faithful and true. The reason why I say it's faithful and true, because all these prophecies, according to the scriptures, coming to pass, man. All right, it's continuing coming to pass in this time right now. All right. I'm gonna jump down to 15. It said, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another." And that's exactly what's going on in Sweden, man. One people shall fight against another. That's called that civil war, man. And the gang violence and all that stuff, man. So when Sweden government issue an order, these armies, man, it's gonna be an all-out warfare, man. All right, they say, "And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands," which is our modern day gun, man. Okay, modern day automatics, rifles, so forth. They say, "For there shall be sedition among men," right? Sedition among men. They're gonna go against the government. They're gonna go against the powers. Go against the powers. You know what I'm saying? That be, okay, that issue out. You know what I'm saying? Different legislations and stuff like that, man. It say, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another," right? So what happened in the people shooting one another, man, throwing grenades at each other, man. All right, invading one another. "They shall not regard their kings nor princes," right? They rulers, all right. They rulers. They run they different governments, man. They own government. And that's coming to America, man. That's the same thing that's happening in Sweden. That's coming straight to Babylon, all right, which is America. "And the course of their actions shall stand in a power." So basically, It ain't nothing motherfuckers can do but accept it. Because Yahweh Bashim Shai said it already, man, that there's gonna be sedition among men, and the government gonna be the government gonna go against each other. I mean, they're gonna go against the government, as far as civil war. All right. I'm gonna go to Jeremiah 51:46. It say, unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. So basically that's what's happening, man. It's gonna be an all out warfare all over the world, man. Okay. So basically violence is gonna take over the whole world, man. And the Lord is basically he's basically putting the spirit on this world, man. Putting the spirit, he put a hell of spirit out here for war, man. That's why the Lord say, I am the man of war. He say, I am the man of war. Okay, that's what is Exodus 3:15 or 15:3. I'm gonna go get it real quick. It's that 15:3. Exodus 15:3. Right. It says the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. So the Lord is stirring up a lot of controversy, man. All right. Go back to Jeremiah real quick. 51:46. All right. It says, unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come in 1 year, after that in another year shall come a rumor. And violence, let's look at the word violence, goes back to the Hebrew word Hamas. Violence, wrong, cruelty, injustice, man. So it's gonna be a whole lot of injustice going on, man. All right. Implication, wrong by unjust gain, damage, false, injustice, oppressor, unrighteous, violence against done violence, dealing wrong. So basically, man, the Lord is gonna he's gonna bring violence to this world, man, all over the world, especially America, man. And the land, ruler against ruler. So it's gonna be ruler against ruler, man. It's gonna be a lot of seditions among men. It's gonna be lawless. It's gonna be a lawless society real soon. Okay. I'm gonna go to this last scripture and I'm gonna shut on down. I'm gonna go to Isaiah 13:3. I'm gonna read the 5. Salakia. 13:3. It says, Isaiah 13:3. It said, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people in it's a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Most High of hosts mustered the host of the battle. And that's what you see in Sweden, man. The Lord is mustering the host of the battle, man. Let's go to the word tumultuous. All right. It goes back to the Hebrew word sha'an. Shawan. It say roar, then crash, uproar. So basically the Lord causing up an uproar, man. It's gonna be, it say, of great people a uproar, noise, kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Most High of hosts mustered the host of the battle. And that's what you see in Sweden, man. All right. Verse 5, it say, they come from a far country, from the end of the heaven, even the Most High, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So basically, man, it's finna get crazy. You got World War III coming. All right, you got these different troops, man. They setting up. All right, you got Korea testing out their missiles. You got all sorts of things happening, man, and all these prophecies finna. It's rolling. It's rolling this year, man. All right. So basically, man, all we got to do as men, man, is stay in the faith and stay prayed up, man, and be on your lookout, man. Be on your watch, man. And exactly, what I'm saying, what I'm doing, man. Be on your watch, and stay focused, and also stay spiritual too, man, because we almost out of here, man. So hope y'all was edified, man. If not, man, let me know, man. For those that watch the video, for the brothers that watch the video, just give me a feedback or something, man. If y'all ain't edified, so I ain't saying it, like, y'all edified and all that. No, just hope y'all was edified. Okay. So with that, I'd like to say all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. And till next time, Shalom.